Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper May-June 2014, paper 1-1. Question number 1. Part A. Complete the pattern so that AB is the only line of symmetry. It is like the reflection on the line AB. So this will be here, this will become here, and this will become here. And this will be here. And this one is same, and this one will be this point, and this one will be this point. So let's join them together to find the image. So this will be, it needs to be like a mirror image of across the line AB. So you have the line of symmetry as AB. Okay, this is good, and this is joining this two. Needs to be like this. Okay, so that's it. That's for the first one. As you can see, it's a reflection on the line AB. Part B. Shade 4 more small triangles in the shape below to make a pattern with rotational symmetry of order 3. When you see order 3, it will be 360 divided by 3, that is 120 degrees. So you have to rotate this 3 times. So by 120, but it needs to look the same every single time. So let's see, where would I shade the next 4 triangles? So this, you can see this is here, this 2 is here. If you rotate by 120, this will be here, right? So you have to shade just like this. As you can see here, this was here and here, so let's do the same thing. It needs to be on the top left and on the bottom. If you rotate by 120, it needs to be on the top left and on the bottom. So you have to shade this and the bottom. So same thing one more time. If you rotate by 120, it should be on here. So a little bit here, it should be here. So it should be on the top left and at the bottom. So that's it. That's the 4 triangles you need to shade. So it has order of symmetry of order 3. Okay, so that was question number 1. Question number 2, part A. We have 5 plus 1 times 0.3. So here we have to follow the rule of BODMAS, which says we have to first do multiplication and then addition. So 1 times 0.3, that will be 0.3, and 5 plus 0.3 will be 5.3. Answer 5.3 for part A. Part B, we have 18 divided by 0.2. So 18 divided by 0.2. So what can we do? We can first take this to here by multiplying by 10. So we have to add 1 0 here. It will become 180 divided by 2. That will be 90. Answer 90. Moving on to question part 3. We have the diagram shows a parallelogram with length as marked. So this, 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 and this. This is also 9. This is 5.6 as well. And this is the height, 4.3. Now, it says calculate the perimeter of the parallelogram. So pretty easy. So 5.6 plus 5.6. What is 5.6 plus 5.6? That will be 12. 1, 11.2. 9 plus 9 will be 18. That will be 2, 9, 2. It will be 29.2. Now, find the area of the parallelogram. So here's the length times the height. So 9 times 4, 4.3. So 9 times 4.3. So 9 times 3 will be 27. 9 times 4 will be 36 plus 2. That will be 38. So 1 decimal place, it will be here. So your answer will be 38.7 for the area, and for the perimeter will be 29.2. That is question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4. In the triangle PQR, PQ is 5, QR is 7, and PR is 9. So let's draw this to have an idea. So P, Q, and R. So R, P, Q. So we say PQ is 5, QR is 7, and PR is 9. Now, decide whether the triangle is acute angled or obtuse angle. Show calculations to support your decision. So first you need to know what. Question number 4. So here we have to find out if the triangle is acute or obtuse. So the largest side is this. So we assume this is the C, this is B, and this is A. Okay, so how to know if this is acute or obtuse? So if C square is less than A square plus B square, then it will be acute. But if C square is bigger than A square plus B square, then it will be obtuse. Let's find out. So what is C square, which is 9 square, is 81. Let's find the value of A square, which will be 25 plus 49. That will be what? So 74. So C square is bigger than these two, so it is obtuse angle. So this is your answer for part 4. So let me try to re-explain that better. So we have 3 sides of a triangle. So we know this is 5, this is 7, this is 9. So we assume the largest side is called C, and the rest will be A and B. And we have to test if C square, which is the largest side of the triangle, is less than this, or is it bigger than this? If it is less than this, it will be acute. If it is bigger than this, it will be obtuse. So I found out that C square is bigger than this, so it is obtuse angle, which means the triangle will look like this. This is the side C, which is 9. Obtuse angle for this triangle. That is question part C, part 4. Moving on to question number 5, part A. So here we have 4 is less equal 3y minus 11. So let's make y the subject of formula. So we send 11 over here. We have 4 plus 11 is less equal to 3y. 15 is less equal to 3y. Divide by 3 everywhere. We have 5 less equal to y. So it means that y is bigger than 5. Now part B, write down all the integers that satisfy the inequality. So we first have to divide by 2 everywhere. So we have minus 2, that will become x and 2. So here we have the line minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. So here we have inclusive, and here it is not inclusive. So the possible answers will be this, 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 and this. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, and 1. That was 5 part B. Now 6 part A. The angles of a triangle are in the ratio of 3, 4, and 5. We know that triangle have 180 in total. So here we have how many shares? 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. So we have 12 shares. What is the value of one share? 180 divided by 12. So let's divide by 3. We have 4. By 3 we have 6. That will be 1, 15. So one share has a value of 15. So let's find the share of each of the angle. So 3 times 15 will be 45, 60, and 75. Calculate the smallest angle in the triangle. So that will be 45 degrees. Now part B. The ratio of boys to girls in a class is 4 to 5. So everything will be 9 shares. There are 3 more girls than boys. So how many more shares? So 5 minus 4 is 1 share. 1 share represents 3 persons, 3 more girls. Find the total number of students in the class. So we know that 1 share is 3. We have to find 9 shares. 9 will be 3 times 9. That will be 27. So answer for part B will be 27. That is question number 6. Question number 7. A thin piece of wire is shaped into a 5 figure as shown. Now we have the shape has two straight sections of length 5.25, which is the top, 5.25, and 4.8. It is straight. And the curved part of the arc of the major sector of a circle has radius 3. So this is the arc, this is the sector, and it has radius 3. This is also 3. And now it says the angle of the major sector is 280. So this big angle is 280. Now it says the total length of the wire needed to make the figure is this. Find the values of A and B. So we have to find the perimeter of this shape. How do you find that? You have to add this length, add this, and add this length. So these two, it is 5.25 plus 4.8. That will be 5.1. That will be 10.05. How about this one? How do you find length of arc of a circle? So you have to use 280. This is the angle. Divide by 360 times 2 pi r is 3. Simplify. Divide by 2 we have 14. Divide by 2 we have 18. Divide by 2 we have 7. We have 9. 3 is 1, 3. So it will become 14 pi over 3 for this part. So now the perimeter, we have to add those two. So P will be 10.05 plus 14 over 3 pi. So comparing the numbers here, as you can see, it needs to be A plus B pi. So A is this value, B will be this value. So we can write this down. A is 10.05 and B will be 14 over 3 for the value of B. And that is question number 7. Question number 8. By writing each number correct to 1 SF, estimate the value of this fraction. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. The first number is 28.6. We have 47.7, 0.7, and we have 21.4. So we have to write all these numbers down correct to 1 SF. So to 1 SF, we leave the first one alone, we let it be, and we ask ourselves if this number is bigger or equal to 5. If it is, we have to add 1 to the first one. 2 plus 1 is 3, and the rest becomes 0. So same thing here, leave the first one alone. This one is bigger than 5, so we add 1, 5, then the rest becomes 0. This one we don't count at first, we just leave this one alone, and we have to add 1, becomes 0.5, 0. This one, and this one is less than 5, so it becomes 2, 0, 0. So now we have to replace back in this fraction. It will be 30 plus 50 divided by 0.5 times 20. So 30 plus 50 will be 80. Divided by half of 20 will be 10. That will be 8. Answer for part A will be 8. Write this number down as a decimal. So you can see how do you do that? You can just divide directly, or you can observe and see that, hey, if I multiply this by 4, I have to multiply this by 4 as well. We will have 8 times 4, that will be 32, and this will be 100. So now it is much easier to do this than this, right? So this will be 0.32. 0.32 for part B. Moving on to question number 9. We have to make a subject of formula. So whenever you have fraction equal to something, the first step is always to cross multiply. So y times 3 minus a will be a minus 4. So then we have to expand. 3y minus ay equal to a minus 4. So we have to bring a on one side. We have a plus ay equal to 3y plus 4. Factorize a, that will be inside, and we have this. So making A subject, A will be equal to 3y plus 4 divided by 1 plus y. And that is your answer for part 9. Question number 10. One morning the temperatures was 5 degrees. So that's one morning. By the evening the temperature has dropped 9 degrees Celsius. Write down, so 5 minus 9 will be minus 4. So minus 4 degrees Celsius for part A. Now part B. The times of some buses from A town to D town are shown. So A town to D town. So A goes to B, C town, and D town in the end. Now it says Mariam lives in C town and has to be in D town by 9:30. So she lives in C town. She lives here. She has to go to D town and she has to be here by 9:30. 9:30. So this is 9:31. So it means that she needs to arrive by this time usually. What is the latest time? From C town she needs to catch the bus. So 14. It will be too late. It will be 9:31. So she needs to catch the bus at this time. 08:18. Now we have Adil catches the 9:32 from A town. So A town is here. So he get this bus to D town. How long does his journey take? So we need to find out how long is the journey from A town to B town. As you can see, he leaves at 9:02, arrives at 10:05. So 10:05 minus 9:32. So 5 minus 2 will be 3. That will be 9, 60. 6 minus 3 will be 3. So your answer will be 33 minutes for the journey. And that is question number 10. Moving on to question number 11. So we have points A, B, and C. Now question. The diagram shows a map of a lake. So this is a lake. The 3 points A, B, C are on the edge of the lake. As you can see, we have a lake, and this is A, B, and C. Now, a ship sailed due south from A to B. So we have a ship which moves from A to B. Write down the bearing of B from A. So B from A, it will be this angle here, which is 180. So part B, a yacht sails from A to C. Measure and write down the bearing of C from A. So let's find out where is A to C first. So A to C is this direction, and we have to find the bearing of C from A. So from A, find C. So we have to find this angle, this big one. So we have to measure this angle here, and then we add 180 to it. So let's find the value of this angle. So we do see that this angle is equal to this angle. So let's measure this angle. It is much easier. So we use our protractor, and we go to this point C, and we see the angle is 40. So this is 40, which means the bearing of C from A will be 180 plus 40. That will be 220. So the answer here will be 220 degrees. Now part C, a cruiser sails from C to D on a bearing of 105. Work out the bearing of C from D. So now we have to find the position of D. D is on a bearing of 105 from C. So C is here. So let's find a bearing of 105. So let's measure. It will be, so this is 90. This is 100. 105 is here. So if you draw the line along these 2 points, point C and 105, you will find a possible value for point D. So D will be about here. Now it says, work out the bearing of C from D. So let's say this was position D. Find the bearing of C from D. So you have to draw a north line on D. That's the north line. So you have to find this angle. Bearing of C from D, it will be this angle, this big angle. So you first have to find this angle. This is 180. And what is the size of this? This is equal to this. And we know this is 105. It is given to us here. The bearing of from C to D, it is 105. So if this is 105, it means this is 105. And this whole bearing is 180 plus 105. That will be 582. That will be 285. And that's it for question number 11. This is question number 12. Here are the first four terms of a sequence. So that's the first term, second term, third and fourth term. Write down an expression in terms of n for the nth term. So let's observe. Every time have a difference of plus 4, and plus 4. So let's write down 4n. Now the first term is 7. If we replace n by 1, it needs to be 7. So here we have 4. It is not 7. So by how much we need to change this value so we get 7? We have to plus 3. So your n term will be 4n plus 3. That is part A. Part B. We have un is the nth term of another sequence. Here's the formula connecting the nth term and the n plus 1 term. So that will be connecting these two terms. Now it says the value of the u3 is 11. Find the value of u2 and u4. So this is the term. Let's say if this was, so this is connecting to un. So what is the un term? Let's have a look. So un will be equal to un plus 1 plus 4 divided by 3. That is the unth term. It is given to us that u3 is 11. So let's find out. u3 is 11, which is, let's replace the value of n by 3. That will be u4 plus 4 divided by 3. That will be 11. So u4 is equal to 33 minus 4. That will be 29. As you can see, u3, so term number 3 is 11. u4 will be 29. So let's find out these two. So we just have to replace the values here to find the correct number. So u2 is n equal to 2. So let's do that here. We have, if 3 was u2, so 3u2 minus 4, it will be un plus 3. We know this is 11. So 3u2 minus 4 is 11. So we send this over here. We have 3u2 will be 40. Send this here. We'll have 15. So u2 will be 15 divided by 3 will be 5. First one is 5. And now we have to find u4. So same thing. Let's replace in the fraction and find the value of u4. We have found it here actually, which is 29. So u4 is 29. So this is the two answers of part B, and that was question 12. Now question number 13. Solve this equation. So we can first divide by 2. We have 5p will be 125. So 125 we know it is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 5 power 3. So 5p equal to 5 power 3. P will be 3. That is your answer. Now part B, simplify this. So it is 1 divided by x power minus 5, which is the same as 1 divided by minus 5. So we can invert them. It will be x 1 power 5, so x power 5. This will be your answer. Now for part 2, we have to convert this to multiply. So 3a over 4 is same. Multiply, we flip the other side, it will become this. a 3 3 4 1, that becomes 2. So the answer will be 2 over 3a. So 2 over 3a will be your answer for part 13, part B. And that's it for question 13. Let's go to question number 14. So the table shows the ages of guests at a party. So we have age here and the frequency. So now we have a histogram of the information. So when we have histogram, always try to find the class width first. So class width is 20 minus 10 will be 10, 20, 5, 5, and 15. So how do I find the class width? I take this one minus this one minus this one minus this one. So same thing for the rest. Now, for you to find frequency density, we have to use a formula. Frequency density is equal to, so frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width. So frequency is P, divided by class width is 10, 20 divided by 20 is 1. That's the, so now we have 8 divided by 5, that will be what? So let's find out. 8 divided by 5, so 1. So we can times 2, times 2, times 2, that will be 16 over 10, that will be 1.6. Here we will have Q divided by 5, and the last one is 18 divided by 15. First we can divide by 3, we will have 6 over 5. That will be 12 over 10, which will be 1.2. So this is the frequency densities of this information that we have. So now moving on to part B. Use the part A. Use the histogram to find the value of P and Q. So for this class of 1020, the frequency density is 1.5. So we have to equate this to this, which means P over 10 is equal to 1.5. So the value of P will be 15. Now part Q. How to find Q? Same way. So Q here is class 45 to 50. So 45 is here to 50. And the FD is this point, which is 2.4. So let's do that. Equate Q over 5 is 2.4. So Q is 2.4 times 5. That will be 120. So we can check, I'm not too sure. So 2.4 times 5, that will be 20, 0, and 12. So that's 12. The answer is 12 for this one. So value of Q is 12. And the last one is complete the histogram. So let's see which class is missing. So we have the first class, we have the second class, third, fourth, and the last class. So we have to draw the last one, which is 50 to 65. So 50 to 65 is here, and the value FD will be 1.2. 1.2 will be on this line. So we have to join them together to form the last histogram of this information. Alright, here we go, and that's it. So that is question number 14. Okay, let's move on to question number 15. Find an integer r such that r is more than 5 and 5r minus 1 is a square number. So let's find the value. So we can replace that in this equation to find the value of r. So let's try. What square number do you know? So what are the possible values of r? Integer. R can be it can be 6, can be 7, can be 8, can be 9, going on. So 5 times r, we can do 5 times. So if you can just guess one number here, for it to be a square number, what square number do you know? You know that a square number can be 9, 16. So we have 4 here, we have 1 here, we have 25, we have 36, we have What's the next one? 49. So let's see. If the value of r is 6, so 5 times 6 is 30 minus 1, so no square number, not good. If the value is 7, minus 34, not good. If the value is 8, 5 times 8 will be 40. 40 minus 1, no good. 5 times 9, that will be no good. So if you use 10, 10 will be perfect. 5 times 10 is 50. 50 minus 1 will be 49. 49 is a square number. So the value of r will be 10 as the integer. So now B, find the value of s, which makes 8s plus 2 a prime number. So it can be any value. So we can do what? S can be, we can try s can be 0, 1, 2, going on. If I choose s as 0, we see that it will be prime because 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 is a prime number. If you choose s as 1, it will be 10. It is not good. If you choose s as anything else, it would probably be not good. So the only possible answer here is this one, which is s needs to be 0, so it can be 2 and prime. Now for part C, write down an irrational number between 7 and 8. So this one we have to use a trick. So 7 needs to be between 8. So we have to find something in between those two numbers. So 7 can be written as square root of 49. And 64 is, this is the square root of 64 to get 8. So square roots are mostly irrational, except for square numbers. So in this case, we just have to find a number between those two square root, and it will be irrational. So I can choose 50, 51 up to 64. So I will choose square root of 51, and this will be irrational number. That is part C, and that is question number 15. So these two questions is really by trial, and this one is using a trick to find this number. Question number 16. Here we have AB equal to AC. So AB as well. AB is this side equal to AC. So these two are the same, which means this angle here is equal to this angle here. Now AD is parallel to BC. These two are in the same direction. Alright, and what's the next step? A line from D intersect AC at E. So a line from D intersect AC at point E and BC at F. So these two are the point of intersection of this line and on these two lines. Now we have angle this as 38 and this is 66. Okay, let's find out. So first one, find the angle DFC. So DFC, we have to find this angle. So as you can see, these two lines are in the same direction, so the interior angle needs to be the same. So this will be the same as 38. First one is 38. Okay, next one, find the angle ABC. Angle ABC. So this is 66. These two need to be the same. So let's do 180 minus 66. That will be 7, 10, 4, 1, 1. Divide by 2. That will become 5 and 7. 57 for this and this. And this is 38. Okay, so angle ABC will be 57 degrees. So the reason why is because this one is an isosceles triangle. Since we know one of them, we will know these two are the same. Now part C, find angle AED. AED, let's find this angle. So from what you can see here as well, that these two lines are in the same direction. They are drawn on the point AC. Interior angle is equal to interior angle. This will be 57. So AED is a triangle, and this angle will be 180 minus 38. That will be 710. That will be 241 minus 57. That will be 310, 5, and 13 minus 5 will be 8. The value here will be 85 degrees. So for your last part, it will be 85 degrees for angle AED. That was question number 16. Question number 17. Expand and simplify part A. So let's expand. So 4 times 2 will be 8t plus 12 plus 5. That will be 8t plus 17. 8t plus 17. And now for this one, expand and simplify. Minus 2 times 2 minus 4p plus 10q. So 6p minus 4p is 2p plus 13q. So 2p plus 13q. Now the last part is factorize completely. So what is common? 5 is common, and we have x squared and y. So remaining will be 5x y minus 3. So that is your factorization for number 17, part B. So let's write this here. Now let's move on to question number 18. It says, 2 boats, one red and one blue, leaves a harbor at the same time. So, okay, one red and one blue. Now they travel in the same direction. The speed time graph for the boats are shown for the first minute of their journey. So 60 seconds, first minute. Part A. Find the acceleration of the blue boat in the first 10 seconds. So 10 seconds, let's join that to the blue boat. Blue boat is this line. So as you know, if you have a speed time graph, the acceleration is the gradient of the triangle. Triangle is height by base. Height is 2, base is 10. So height is 2 divided by base, that will be 0.2 meter per second square. Answer will be 0.2. So now part B, find which boat is ahead after 1 minute by what distance. So we have to find the distance traveled by each boat. And if you have a speed time graph, distance traveled is equal to area under graph. So let's do one by one. At time 60 seconds, find the distance traveled by boat, by red boat. That's the first one. Let's find out. As you can see, the red boat moves straight. It's a triangle. So half time base is 60, height is 8. So half times 60 times 8, that will be 240 meters for the red boat. Now find the blue boat. Let's find area in the graph for the blue boat. So here you can see you must you have two shapes. One, we have this big trapezium and this trapezium on this side. So let's cut this down into two parts. So here we have one part here. The length here is 50, and the length here will be 50 minus 30 is 20, and the height in between is 6. So how do you find the area of trapezium? You do half times sum of both sides, which is 50, plus 20 times distance in between. So simplify. This is 70 times 3. That will be 210. So 210 is this part. How about this part? This is another trapezium if you look at it this way. As you can see, this length is 6, this length is 8, and the height in between is 10. So trapezium is half times sum of both sides, 6 plus 8, times height in between, it is 10, which will be 6 plus 8 is 14, divided by 2 will be 7, times 10 will be 70. So distance traveled will be 70 plus 210. So plus 70, that will be 280. So the blue boat traveled 280 meters. So which boat is ahead? So the blue boat is ahead. Blue boat is ahead by 40 meters. And that is question number 18. Question number 19, part A. Light travels at a speed of 3 times 10 power 8 meter per second square. So this is the speed of light. Find the time it takes for the light to travel 6 km. The speed is m per meter square, so we have to change km to m. So it will be 6,000 m. So we have to find the time it takes. So we have to do 1 second it takes to travel this much. So how long it will take to travel this much? So 6,000 meters will be 1 over 3 times 10 power 8 times 6 times 10 power 3. Let's simplify. So 6 over 3 times 10 power 3 divided by 10 power 8. That will be 1, that will be 5, this will be 1 and 2. So it will be 2 times 10 power minus 5. That will be your answer for part A. Moving on to part B. A molecule of water is made up of 2 atoms, hydrogen and oxygen, which is H2O, right? The mass of 1 atom of hydrogen is this much, and the mass of 1 atom of oxygen is this much. Find the mass of 1 water. So water is 2 hydrogen. 2 times hydrogen will be 2 times 1.7 times 10 power of minus 24 plus 1 oxygen, which is 266 times 10 minus 23. So let's first simplify this part. What is 1.67 times 2? Number 14, 13, and that will be 3. So 2 decimal place. That will be 3.34 times 10 power of minus 24 plus 2.66 times 10 power of minus 23. So as you can see, the power here are different. Minus 24, minus 23. I would send 1 0 here to make it the same. So we will have this minus 24 plus 26.6 times 10 minus 24. So now they are the same. We can add those two directly. 26.6 plus 3.34 will be 4,992. So your answer will be 2.994 times 10 power of minus 23. Moving on to question number 20. Given that x squared minus 14x plus 40 is equal to this equation, find the values of a and b. So from what you can observe here, we have to complete the squares. So first thing we check is the coefficient of x squared is 1, so we can proceed to step number 2. Step 2 is to write this to here, and then this number we have to add this number will be 14 divided by 2 square, then plus this. Since we add the number, we have also to minus the number, 14 over 2 square. So what is 14 over 2? We can simplify that. So this is the same here. So 14 over 2 square is 7 square plus 40 minus 7 square is 49. So simplify. So this part here becomes x minus 7 square. 40 minus 49 is minus 9. So let's compare. The value of a will be 7. The value of b will be minus 9. That is your answer for part A. Now part B. Solve the equation by factorization. So how do you factorize this? So since we have x squared, we have two factors. So 3x squared is 3x times x, and 6 we know it is 1 times 6, or it can be 2 times 3. So for me to have minus and plus 7, we will have to try. I will try to use 3 here, and 2 plus 9 and minus 2, that will be plus 7. So x will be 2 over 3, x will be minus 3. So minus 3, 2 over 3. This is question number 20. Question number 21. The line 2y equal to 6 minus 3x meets the y-axis at A and the x-axis at B. Write down the coordinates of A and B. So first one, at y-axis, x equal to 0. So 2y equal to 6, y equal to 3. So A is 0, 3. Now at y-axis, y equal to 0. So we have 6 minus 3x. 3x equal to 6, 2. So B will be 2, 0. A is 0, 3. And B is 2, 0. Part 2. Find the gradient of the line. So the line, this line, right? So we have 2y equal to 6 minus 3. We have to make y the subject of formula. We will have divided by 2 minus 3 divided by 2x. That will be minus 3 over 2x plus 3. So this is the gradient of the line, minus 3 over 2. Now part B. Another line cuts the x-axis at P, which is minus 4, 0, and passes to the point Q, this and this. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of PQ. So midpoint, we have to use a formula, which is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So x1 plus x2 is minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2 over 2, and 18 plus 0 is 18 over 2. That will be minus 1, 9. So minus 1, 9 will be your answer for part B, and that is question number 21. Moving on to question number 22. Construct, using a ruler and a compass only, an equilateral triangle ABC. The side AB has been drawn for you. So what does this mean? It means that all the sides are equal to each other. So let's do that. So let's first measure how long is AB. We have to use our compass for that. So we just have to find the point C, and then we can just connect everything together. So let's measure. The point AB will be, yep, that's the length of AB. So I will go to point B. I will draw an arc here. I'll go to point A and intersect the first arc. So at this point, this will be my point C. I just have to join the point B to point C. And joining the point A to point C to complete my triangle ABC, which all the sides are equal. So now moving on to part B. Construct the locus of points inside of triangle ABC, which are, first condition, is equidistant from A and C. So 2 points, A and C. So we have to draw the perpendicular bisector of AC. So first we go to point C. We measure a distance which is more than halfway. We draw an arc on this side and one on this side. Okay, so with the same length, we go to point A and we intersect the first arc on both sides. So this will be the bisector of the perpendicular bisector of AC. So but you have to draw this line inside of the triangle. That's the first part. Now we have to draw the locus of points, which is 4 centimeters from A. So you have to use your ruler to measure 4 centimeters. It needs to be from A, so it will be this much. And you have to go to point A to draw an arc inside the circle. Make sure that it is inside and doesn't go outside, okay? So this is your answer here for part 2. Now, part C, a point X lies within the triangle ABC, inside of triangle ABC, is nearer to A than to C, that's the first condition, is less than 4 centimeters from A, that is the second condition. So first condition, it is nearer to A, it is on this side than on this side, so it will be on the left side, that's the first condition. And the second condition, it is less than 4 from A. This is point A here. So question is, shade the region in which X must lie in. So it can be here. It needs to be on this side of the triangle. It needs to be inside. Make sure that you shade the region inside of the triangle. Okay, it needs to be in this. Okay, so that is question number 22. Moving on to question number 23. A spherical tennis, it means it is a round tennis ball, and a spherical beach volleyball, so same thing, 2 balls, have diameters in the ratio of 1 to 3. So let's name the first one tennis, another one is beach ball, has 1, 2, 3. The surface area of the beach ball is 153 centimeter square. So this is the beach ball. Beach ball has area of 153 centimeter square. Find the surface area of the tennis ball. So the ratio of this diameters, so diameters, it is centimeter, which is length, but now if you want to find the ratio of areas, you have to square this one to find this. So square be 1 to 9. So 9 represents this. What is the value of 1? So we say 9 shares represents 153. 1 will be 153 divided by 9. So let's divide by 3. We have 3, and it will be 1. 31 over 3. So we can try again to divide by 3, but we don't need to. Your answer will be 10, 1 over 3, which is 10.333. So the area of tennis ball will be 10, 1 over 3 centimeter square. Now part B, y is inversely proportional to the cube of x. So y is inversely proportional to cube of x, which means y is equal to k divided by x cube. When x equal to 2, y equal to 9, so y equal to 9 when x equal to 2. So find the value of k. K will be, you have to cross multiply those two, be 9 times 8 will be 72. So y is 72 divided by x cube. So now if you do this, find the value of y when x equal to 5. So y equal to 72 and 5 power 3. That will be 72 divided by 125. That will be your answer for part B. Okay, so moving on to question number 24. On a plate there are 10 biscuits, so 10 biscuits. 4 of the biscuits are round and 6 are square. So 10 biscuits, 4 is round and 6 are squares. Now Sabah chooses a biscuit at random from the plate and eats it. She then chooses another biscuit at random from the plate. So she chooses 2 biscuits. Now we have to complete this tree diagram. So the first one she can choose round will be 4/10. So let's say we go on this branch. If she chooses a round, we will have 9 remaining, and 3 round will be remaining, and 6 square. So what are the chances of having a round again? It will be 3/9, and the square will be 6/9. Now if we go on this branch, we will have 9 remaining, 4 round, and 5 squares. So what is the chance if you choose a round in this one? It will be 4/9, and this one will be 5/9. This is your tree diagram. Part B, calculate the probability that Saba chooses 2 round biscuits, which is round and round. Round will be 4/10 times 3/9. So 4/10 times 3, that will be, simplify, we have 1, 3, we have 2, 5, so it will be 2/15. Your answer is 2/15. Now part 2, 1 round biscuit and 1 square biscuit. So it can be round and square, or it can be square and round. So first one, round and square. So round and square, it can be 4/10 times 6/9. So 4/10 times 6/9, or it is plus square and round. Square is 6/10 times 4/9. So simplify. So let's just multiply them first. So 24/90 plus 24/90, which is 2 times 24/90. Simplify. What do we have? 1. That will be 45. Divide by 3, we have 15. That will be 8. So 8/15 will be your answer for part 2. And the last question, it will be matrix. We have matrix A equal to this matrix, and matrix B is this matrix. So find this. This is pretty easy. We just have to replace the value of A and B. So here we go. That's A, and that's B, right? Now if you bring this in, what do we have? We have 3 times 3 is 9, minus 3, minus 6, and 12. Minus B is the same. So 1 by 1, 9 minus 4 is 4. Minus 3 minus 3 will be minus 6. Minus 6 minus 0 is minus 6. 12 minus 2 will be 14. The answer is 4 minus 6 minus 6, 14. Part A, find A square. A square is A times A. So A is 3 minus 2 minus 1, 4 times same thing. So matrix is always row by column. So row is 3 times 3, which is 9, plus minus 1 times minus 0, which is 2. So 9 plus 2 is 11. So row by column again. 3 times minus 1 is minus 3, plus minus 4, minus 7. Row by column. Minus 2 times 3, which is minus 6, plus minus 8 will be minus 14. Row by column again. This is the last one. So minus 2 times minus 1 will be 2, plus 8, plus 16, sorry. That will be 18. This is your answer for part B. Okay. Now part C. Find the 2 by 2 matrix X where AX equal to this. So AX equal to, this is the identity matrix. We have 1, 0, 0, 1. So how do you find the value of X? So we have to eliminate A. So how do we take off A? We have to multiply A inverse to A. Sorry, yeah, this is the same. And multiply A inverse on both sides. We'll have, this will go away. This will become I. This will become X. And this is A inverse times the identity matrix, which is A inverse. So X is actually A inverse, so let's find the value of A inverse. So we know that A is this matrix, 3 minus 2 minus 1, 4. Find the determinant of A. So it will be 3 times 4 minus 1 times minus 2. That will be 12 minus 2. That will be 10. Now what is the adjacent matrix of A? It will be, we flip those two, 4 goes up, 3 comes down, change the sign of those two, it'll be 1, 2. So A is, A inverse will be 1 over 10, 4, 2, 1, 3. So your answer here could be 0.4, 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3. This is the value of the matrix X. So this was the last question of this paper. If you guys have any questions or requests, you can leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching.